And welcome to this week's edition of ACAP Today for the week of April 12th, 2021. I'm Jason Parent with the Aroostook County Action Program. On this week's program, we're going to talk about the Cinderella project of Maine and how it's coming to Aroostook County for the very first time. We're going to chat with our sister CAP CEO, Donna Kelly from Waldo Community Action Partnership. And we're going to also speak with Sherry Locke, who's been on the program before. Many of you will recognize her. And we're going to speak with Gloria Duncan, ACAP's executive assistant, who had the wonderful duty of being the pumpkin that escorted the prom dresses that turned into the carriage that escorted the prom dresses to Aroostook County for the Cinderella Project of Maine's inaugural appearance in Aroostook County. But before we get to all that, to Donna, Sherry, and Gloria, we're going to turn to this week's news and information that you can use from the Aroostook County Action Program and share with you that information now. We begin by sharing with you that at long last, our lobbies are scheduled to reopen in Presque Isle at the 771 Main Street location and at our Holton Military Street location at 91 Military Street there on the 20th of April, which is a Tuesday, the day following Patriots Day. We'll be opening those lobbies at 8 a.m. and they will be open every business day from 8 to 5. And that will be a welcome relief for individuals who have been using our outdoor services and connecting with us remotely. We will continue to keep the remainder of our facilities locked down for the time being, but the lobbies will be open and accessible for service in those two locations. No news yet on our early care and education centers. They remain under the same COVID-19 protocols. And so our Fort Kent office, which is primarily an early care and education program, will continue to operate with the remote Ring doorbell out front. So we encourage you to connect with us that way. Part of the reason why we are reopening the lobby finally, at least at our Presque Isle location, on the 20th of April, is that the substantial completion of our building modification and renovation project will be complete at that point. And we're looking forward to showing folks who do come into the lobby the new space, at least in the lobby for the time being, and hopefully be able to show you more of that space as COVID continues to get to a better situation where we're able to open more parts of our building up to the public moving forward. But we do thank you for your patience for the remainder of this week as we continue to serve individuals through the remote reception window out front at 771 Main Street. And if you need to access the building to give folks paperwork or what have you, to go around out back where the back entrance has a remote doorbell as well. So thank you for your patience and understanding for one more week until we are able to reopen our lobby. We want to also say a special thank you this week to Machias Savings Bank and the United Way of Aroostook, who partnered with us to help meet unmet needs in the county, particularly for homeowners who are experiencing hardship during this time. We know that there are multiple programs that support rental individuals who are renting and others, but there are some gaps, some unmet gaps that are needing to be filled here in our community. And thanks to the generosity of Machias Savings Bank, with a $5,000 gift that was then matched by the United Way of Aroostook, we're able to help more families in Aroostook County at this time of need. So an extra special thank you to both of those organizations for their generosity. We also want to remind you out there that if you are in need of assistance, ACAP has navigators that are available to help. You may not know what assistance is available. You may not know how to connect with the assistance if you are aware of what's available. That's why these navigators are here. They're funded through the CARES Act, and they are available for you. And this is a great resource for them to be able to help individuals where programs are not available or accessible, thanks to Machias Savings Bank and United Way of Aroostook. But the navigators are here to help, and we encourage you to call us at 764-3721 to access their support. We also want to remind folks out there, and this is one of our guests today, Gloria Duncan, receiving her COVID-19 vaccination at Cary Medical Center earlier this week. And Gloria is smiling beneath the mask there because she knows she's helping her family and friends to get back to some sense of normalcy, hopefully soon. We encourage you all to get your vaccination and want to remind you that we are offering assistance with getting vaccinated for COVID-19 through our offices. It's not necessarily to cut the line. We don't have that capability here. But if you have difficulty accessing the online appointment schedules or don't have access to the internet, we certainly encourage you to call us here at 764-3721. We will work with you to get the nearest vaccination appointment to you geographically, or the closest one available in date if you're able to travel and get to one of those appointments. But Gloria is one of those friendly people assisting others to get their COVID-19 vaccination. And in this case, she's leading the way by getting hers herself. We also want to remind folks about the Emergency Rental Relief Program. We've helped hundreds of households, over 500 households at this point, access rental assistance in this latest rental assistance program that began earlier last month. We want to remind folks of the household size and income guidelines, but if you are experiencing any loss in household income, or even if you're experiencing additional costs, such as for groceries with the pandemic, and it's causing you difficulty to pay your rent and or utilities, there are provisions for both of that under this latest program. We encourage you to call us at 764-3721 if you need assistance filling out the online application. Otherwise, you can go right to the ACAP website or the Maine Housing website and complete the application online. It does take a little bit to process through. We are working through again, a heavy application load, and there's a lot of details that need to be worked out with each of the renters. So we ask for your patience, but we encourage you to do apply if your income eligibility falls within this threshold here. If it doesn't, and it's just a little bit over, certain expenses can be deducted, so it's still worth your while to apply and connect with us on this program. Please don't hesitate to reach out. We also want to remind folks that we are in the special enrollment period on healthcare.gov, the open enrollment marketplace for health insurance. If you or your household have been impacted in any way, this is a great opportunity for you to get health insurance. Also, if you were previously in a plan, or are currently in a plan, I should say, and haven't done a revision of it in a little bit, there are some increased tax credits that will probably result in a better deal for you moving forward in terms of what services are available. So we really encourage you to reach out. Stan Targonski is ACAP's insurance navigator, healthcare insurance marketplace navigator. He can be reached at 554-4158 or at the email address there on your screen. He is available to meet remotely with folks, so you don't even need to leave the comfort of your own home. He can work with you over the phone, or he can work with you via platforms such as this, such as Zoom. Please do not hesitate, again, to reach out for this service. We want to say a special thank you to the State Farm Agency, the State Farm Harvell Insurance Agency specifically, for their sponsorship of ACAP's Community Cupboard this month that provides free food to individuals in need 24/7 outside of our 771 Main Street facility. We are very appreciative to John and his entire team for their contribution to ensure that we can keep the shelves of that food pantry, again, 24/7 accessible food pantry to our community this particular month. So thank you to them. That food pantry is located at 771 Main Street, just by the main entrance. And just to the side of that is our community closet project, which is available also 24/7. And both of these opportunities are there for not only individuals in need, but individuals who would like to make donations. You can donate food, non-perishable food items directly into the cupboard. You can also donate clothing, coats, and other items for people of all ages in the community closet, and certainly access that 24/7 as well. We welcome donations, but we also hope that we can help serve more community members through the community closet at this time. We want to remind folks as well of the Maine Workforce Collaborative opportunities to take a number of online trainings. They are all held virtually. Some of ACAP's team members in workforce development are joining with Workforce Solutions, operated by Goodwill of Northern New England and the Eastern Maine Development Corporation, in providing these sessions. We brought the best of the best together and offer these statewide. And these are opportunities to connect on making career choices, resume cover, letter development, job preparation, and retention skills, all available to you at no cost and in the convenience of your own home. Give us a call if you would like to be signed up. And lastly, in this week's news and information that you can use, we want to remind folks, if you haven't heard this one already, that ACAP is in contention as part of a National Financial Literacy Month campaign being run by Machias Savings Bank to help one nonprofit organization of the number listed here to win $5,000 in their Vote to Give campaign to help with financial health and financial literacy across the state of Maine. We are currently in second place, and we need your help to nudge up to the first place position. So go to Machias Savings Bank's Facebook page and all of the information is there where you can go on and vote for your favorite nonprofit organization, hopefully ACAP, please, to get us to a better place in terms of helping and providing $5,000 to assist in our financial health information and education that we do with customers across Aroostook County. We thank Machias Savings Bank for that opportunity as well, and thank all of you out there who go and vote for any nonprofit, because this money will make a difference in whatever part of the state and whichever nonprofit organization receives it. And with that, that's this week's news and information you can use. I'm so pleased to welcome now officially to the program Donna Kelly from Waldo Community Action Partnership in Belfast, and on a sunny Belfast day, just like here in Aroostook County. Donna, it's great to have you on ACAP today.
Great to be here, Jason. Thanks for having me. And that was a very impressive list of work that you're doing in your community. So I was glad to hear.
Well, thank you. And I know that from working very closely beside you, Donna happens to be the vice president of the Maine Community Action Partnership. And we, the two of us, work very closely together, and certainly both organizations that have our communities at heart and are working very hard during this time and with many dedicated staff to make the magic happen. So we're going to talk to you in just a minute about the wonderful project that is one that you've initiated that's really touching the heart of many people across your community and now across ours, thanks to Waldo CAP's generosity. But I want to welcome before that Sherry Locke, who is ACAP's Director of Advancement. Sherry, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
And lastly, before we start the conversation, Gloria Duncan is ACAP's Executive Assistant and the first fairy godmother to sign up to bring the Cinderella project of Aroostook, literally bring it, drive it into Aroostook County. Gloria Duncan, so nice to have you right in the office next door to me, but also on today's broadcast.
Thank you, Jason. It's nice to be here.
All right, so Donna Kelly, we have been talking about the Cinderella project of Maine coming to Aroostook County in our social media platform. Sherry even joined us to give a little bit of a preview of it a couple of weeks back on ACAP today. But we are having the source on the program today, and it's all began in your wonderful organization. So tell us all about the Cinderella project of Maine.
Well, I'd love to say that Waldo CAP started the Cinderella Project of Maine, but we actually had a really creative local lady who worked for Belfast Area High School that actually implemented the first Cinderella Project of Maine as a brainchild of Jobs for Maine Graduates program at Belfast Area High School and Bangor Savings Bank back in 2006, recognizing that it was really hard for a lot of young ladies in Waldo County to bear the expense of prom dress and all of the things that go with for that night. So they had created a collaborative of a grassroots number of individuals and got sponsors and implemented the first Cinderella of Maine project, serving 16 young ladies to ensure that they had prom dresses. It worked as a very grassroots organizational effort, community effort from 2006 to 2008. And when this staff left Belfast Area High School and came to Waldo Community Action Partners. So she brought this idea because they had not been able to secure additional long-term funders and sponsors, and approached the board, and the board said, we like the idea, we love it, and committed $3,500 each year to support the efforts. And it has blossomed into what it is today. We now have a location and a partner that operates out of Gardner High School and ourselves. And the last time we were able to do prom dresses just out of our Belfast location, instead of 16 dresses, we actually assisted young ladies and passed through our door a little over 350 dresses for individuals from almost every county in Maine. So we realized that in looking at our list of where our young ladies were coming from, that we had a bunch that were being covered in central Maine. We were really covering the rest of Maine. And we reached out to you in hopes that you would be willing to join in our fun of being fairy godmothers and assisting our young ladies in the state of Maine with ensuring that they have access to participate in their local proms if they have them. Unfortunately, last year we weren't able to do that. We've had a lot of community partners. Rennie's Plaza was usually where we've had a storefront for our dresses. We weren't able to do that, but we are very pleased in our local community that Belfast is having their prom. So we are re-envisioning our local area. Gardner's not moving forward, but we're hoping that the word will get out and that young ladies in school districts that are having their proms re-envisioned and they will be able to have access. So we're pretty excited. We have a new partner in the Wentworth Center who's donating their space to us. And we've heard you've got quite a lovely setup up there in Aroostook County. And we're really pleased that as a sister CAP, you're able to join these efforts.
Well, we certainly appreciate the outreach to us, and really, when we first discussed this project and brought Sherry Locke into the conversation, it really does align very well with our mission and community access, because you mentioned the word access, and this is really about providing people of all levels throughout our community, and at this very meaningful time, because there are people who, because of the COVID-19 pandemic and economic implications of that, have really fallen into a situation where this may be an extra challenging obstacle to help a child get through what I think is a rite of passage. The four of us on the screen are all parents, and although Sherry hasn't had one go through a senior prom yet, I think she has one going through a middle school prom this year, and she may have a few more gray hairs because of that. But this really is directly in line with what we do and why we do what we do, isn't it, Donna?
Absolutely. You know, to hear that young ladies can't participate in their rite of passage in high school for attending prom because they do not have the resources to buy a dress, or they feel that they can't get one that they should want or like to have. The effort here is to really reduce the stigma associated with those, ensure access, and ensure equity for all in our community. So this is open to anyone. We don't ask income, we allow access, we let them choose. And it's when my first experience is being a fairy godmother, I don't think I'll ever forget it. And I can't wait to assist again. It just really feels good.
So it went from Donna Kelly, initial communication out to our agency, and one of the first people that was brought into that discussion was you, Sherry Locke. Your thoughts when Donna reached out and offered to extend the generosity to Aroostook County and help make this happen more locally for folks in northern Maine?
It was really exciting, and to know that they had had such great success in other parts of the state, and knowing that some of our students from Aroostook County had gone to their event. So that was huge for us. So it was really a perfect opportunity. And when they offered to share some dresses, I was thinking, 20 or 30, maybe 50 dresses. I had no idea it was going to be nearly 600 dresses. I mean, the variety, the style, the dresses are gorgeous. I just had no idea the level that they were offering to share with us. It's just been amazing.
So let's talk about the specifics of a Cinderella Project of Maine coming to Aroostook County. It's right around the corner. It's coming up this weekend, the 18th, 19th, and 20th. Actually goes from the weekend into the following week. So tell us a little bit about the details and how folks can get connected.
Absolutely. So we were very deliberate with the dates that we chose, Jason. Thought it was very important to be able to, again, provide that accessibility. We knew that it could be challenging for families and for students if we didn't offer a variety of days. So we selected April 18th, which is a Sunday, April 19th, which is a Monday, which is also Patriots Day. So we were thinking that there may be some parents not working that day and that could bring their children, to the site to shop. And then we chose April 20, which is a Tuesday, which is the Tuesday after the first Tuesday of April break. So again, we were very specific. We wanted to make sure that we were providing those dates so that students could have access. We also did receive a free location at the Aroostook Center Mall. They're sharing a beautiful space. We needed a big space so that we could be COVID safe during this time. And we needed changing rooms that we were able to disinfect. So again, the mall has been very generous. But part of the reason that we chose Presque Isle was because it's centrally located in Aroostook County. Our goal really is to have students from all over Aroostook County, from every community that's having a prom, register for this event and come select a beautiful gown with us. So it's really easy. We're thinking again of the teenagers that are going to be attending this event. So we've created an online scheduler. You can locate the scheduler on our Facebook page, on our website, on any of the flyers. There's a QR code. You go right on and you can register. And we are asking everyone to register. So again, we can have the COVID-19 safety protocols in place. We can't have too many folks in the space at a time. So 10 students can register for each hour time slot. They can each bring one guest with them to help them shop. And then we will have our fairy godmothers on hand to also help with the disinfecting, doing the COVID screenings, maybe selecting a dress or two. We're really hoping that it's a special time for these students and their guests. It's been a challenging year, and you're right, this is a special time, and we don't want folks to miss this opportunity because they cannot afford a dress or can't travel out of the county to select a dress. There are limits there. So we really wanted it to be all about access, but really to make that event very, very, very special. And I think we're off to a really good start.
I know that my wife and daughter, and I know Gloria as well, are both looking forward to the opportunity to serve in the fairy godmother role coming up here. Probably the most excited they've been about a volunteer opportunity in a really long time. And it truly is one of those projects that is taking a village and a statewide village because of the generosity of Waldo CAP that is allowing us to initiate this project. But we've also been very fortunate, looking at the flyer that we just had up on the screen, to have other community partners that have come to the table and say, how can we help? So let's talk about some of those partners as well.
And I think that's the part of it. Everyone wants to, share the resources that they have. So again, the Heuristic Center Mall has been so generous. Aid for Kids, who is a continuous partner for us, located in Holton, they also have some dresses that they are willing to share. They're also sharing some ties. We're going to be doing a tie table. We want to make sure that if you choose the dress, that you may need a tie for your date that would match. So we're doing that as well. And the United Way of Heuristic continue to be a great partner. Not only have they helped us set up the space, but they're also serving as a location for dresses to be dropped off during their business hours. So it really has been a great community event. I think the godmothers may be more excited than the students. There was one point in time we had more volunteers than shoppers. So it's just a great way to use the local resources that we have to kind of lift that burden. And I think really make this a special time for the students that are going to be going to the prom.
So the very first godmother to sign up here in Aroostook County is our next guest, Gloria Duncan. And Gloria, you were like, as you are with any project that happens at ACAP, because you're one of ACAP's rock star employees who just has our heart to work like all of our employees do. But you were saying, what can I do to help? And what you did to help amounted in helping to get 600 dresses to Aroostook County. So talk about that adventure, that journey, and why this is important to you.
Sure, thank you, Jason. When Sherry indicated that where the gowns were located in Belfast, and they needed to be brought up here to Aroostook County, kind of a challenge in getting them here, I immediately volunteered, just not being able to imagine how many dresses that would be, but finding out that it was, driving a U-Haul, which was fine. So my husband and I, we took the day, had a really lovely day, just being together, getting out of the county, which we haven't been able to do together in a long time. Drove down along Route 1 to see the coast. One of the biggest treats was being able to see the Waldo CAP and to meet Donna in person. But when she lifted the back of the U-Haul, and you saw, almost 600 gowns, beautiful, beautiful gowns, just lining this U-Haul, it was breathtaking. And to think that I was having the opportunity to be that fairy godmother to bring them back. And it was important to me, mainly because sometimes there are opportunities that come up where you can step in and be the bridge between a parent and a child, or a parent and a situation, a parent and an event. When the parent isn't able to go out and spend that time, or even the resources, to be able to be that bridge to make it connect, is what was important to both my husband and I. Had a great time, brought the dresses back. It was a quick trip. Unloading them and then actually seeing them hanging on the rack, and you and Sherry both there, being able to share that excitement. It was an opportunity of a lifetime, and there they are.
Yeah.
Just gorgeous dresses.
and it was amazing because I had the same aha moment when the U-Haul arrived in Aroostook County and opening up, because I couldn't even, you had taken a picture, so we had a bit of a preview, but to even from your picture, I don't think we fully understood. Nor one of the things that I appreciated from your photo was how once you put like 10 prom dresses together and try to carry those suckers are a little heavy.
Yeah.
Together they're heavy. I mean, these dresses are made of a lot of lightweight materials, so you can dance the night away and have a good time. But my goodness, put them together and put them on a bunch of hangers together, and that it was quite a workout getting them in before the rainstorm that night.
That's right.
But really, when you look at these, you really see, Gloria and Sherry and Donna, you see a wide array of colors. So if you're looking for a prom dress of a specific color, the colors of the rainbow are all here, different lengths, different sizes, obviously. Really something for everyone. And when we're talking between what we received from Waldo Community Action Partnership and what community members who are coming in to donate through United Way, which is the office a couple doors down from where this store is located, we're talking about a really great selection. And Gloria, you saw them in person and helped unload them. There's really something for every taste and every
Absolutely. You're right. It is a rainbow of colors and sizes, and there's just so many of them. It's hard to imagine until you actually see them.
I will note that my favorites were in those photos. I love the black one. I love that tan one with the feathers. I love that white one. So my favorites are previewed in those photos.
Sherry, you did you've been teasing about this on our social media, and really this took off like wildfire in our initial social media post. You were doing a Facebook Live about it yesterday with our friends at the United Way of Aroostook. This has been one of the projects that has garnered the most tremendous response of anything that we've done, hasn't it?
It has, and I think because it's unique, a lot of students, a lot of parents, a lot of school guidance counselors are saying to me, "This is too good to be true. Like, do you really have these gowns? Are they as beautiful as you're saying? Are they truly available at no cost? Do we get to keep them? Things like that." So I think the answer to that is no, it is not too good to be true. Yes, we have hundreds of beautiful gowns. They're all pristine condition, and again, something for everyone. And we really just want to share them with our community. As Donna mentioned, there's no income guidelines here. We really want this to be accessible to anyone who needs it. And we're really excited about it. So we really would encourage anyone and everyone who's going to a prom. And we have, because of the incredible volume, we've opened it up to high school or middle school prom, because we have plenty to share, to please register so that we can help you find that perfect gown. And we've had a couple of people reach out that they are doing little groups. So a group of 10 friends are scheduling at the same time, to come and do their shopping. So it's really going to be great, really going to be special. And I think it's giving the community something that we haven't had in such a long time.
And Donna, Kelly, hearing that must be a moment of pride for you and your agency, because this something that started as a grassroots small project in your county has now has a footprint statewide and is going to make a special evening, and really more than just one evening. This is really something that is a rite of passage, as we've talked about before, but something that is a lasting memory that people carry with them throughout their lifetime. And you and your team and the forerunners that came before you within your community and agency have made that possible for hundreds, and now I'm imagining thousands of young ladies across the state.
I think what's really impressive here is that you have fully embraced and engaged in the community effort and the heart of what the Cinderella Project of Maine really means. And I will say what your experience is what we've experienced. It's something that the community can rally around. Your partners love it. We were fortunate enough, we have partners with Days Jewelers where we have drop-off sites around the state of Maine for dresses, and our girls pay it forward. And they pick a dress and they come back around, and sometimes they go back out after they're cleaned or whatever. But Macy's stepped up for us. They called us out of the blue because of the impacts of COVID. They had a inventory that they were not going to be able to sell, and they paid it forward. And that's part of where your inventory came from. We were overrun with dresses. We needed to reseed, and we knew we needed to expand. And I think we found a perfect partner.
Well, we couldn't be more appreciative. Last words from each of you in terms of Sherry and I were talking about this, Donna. I know that the same thing is true at your agency. We're all running just a million miles a minute these days, and bringing up new programs and trying to, keep up with the needs of our respective communities, and then opportunities coming at us, and trying to juggle it all. And I said to Sherry, are you okay? Are we able to take this on? Like, let's engage community volunteers, which thankfully are coming to work with us and assist us. But talk about the heart of this project, and why this is, not just something that we add to the bucket list or the checklist of things that we have to do, but something that really inspires our heart and soul to want to do. I'll start with you on that one, Donna, and we'll go through with Gloria and Sherry.
Well, I think we've spoken about that. I think it's really about decreasing barriers, improving access, leveling the playing fields. I think it is something that easily people in community, parents, the young ladies, our community sponsors could rally around. It's inspirational, I think, and you can't. And the interesting thing is you really can't do it without that collaborative partnership framework. So it brings out the best of the communities and the partners. And I think, and when that happens, it brings out the best of what's possible for the young ladies.
Excellent. Gloria Duncan, your heart connect to purpose moment about this project.
Not being able to maybe see the young gals dressed in these gowns, but just to know that for an evening, they're dressed like a princess. I can feel like a princess. And like you say, it's a rite of passage. My heart goes out to each and every one of them to be able to enjoy that evening, and to know that ACAP and Donna, Waldo CAP, other agencies are part of their experience for the day, for the evening.
And Sherry, are your last thoughts, and then how again we connect, how people get registered to take part?
Yeah, I think Donna and Gloria have said it very well. So my kind of aha moment, or the piece that I'm taking away, is just the generosity of partners, and for Donna and her team to think of us first, and then call us and say, how can we make this happen in your community? I don't think that we addressed, but they spent hours going through their inventory to make sure that we had every color, every style, every size. They didn't just go to the rack and grab the first 600 dresses. It was done with such, such heart in it. And it means so much that they're willing to share those precious, precious resources so that we can share those with our community. And I think the other takeaway is that we often think of the work that we do in dollars and cents. And I think it's important to think that sometimes it comes as a sparkly white gown, or, sometimes it comes as a pink little floofy gown. And those are the resources that we have. And it's, we really are empowered as community action agencies to use that resource however it comes to us for the best of our community. So that's what I love. And if it means Gloria driving hundreds of miles with a U-Haul full of gowns, and, to do this, that's what we do. And so I couldn't love this project anymore. And I wish I could go to the prom, because there's 7 dresses I want to wear.
Couldn't have said it better. Now, one last reminder of how folks can connect with this project and make that appointment.
Yeah, so easy. As always, so many ways to connect to ACAP. You can visit our website. You can visit our Facebook page. You can follow us on Twitter. You can call our office. Any of those ways will connect you to the Cinderella Project of Maine, to the link that will allow you to register. And again, if you don't have access to technology, giving us a call is fine, and we can do that for you. We really just want everyone who is going to a prom to reach out to us and see how we can help. And again, if you want to volunteer, same thing. All of that information is in all of those places. We really want to make this a community event and impact as many, families as we can here in Aroostook County.
Great. Sherry Locke, Gloria Duncan, and Donna Kelly, a very special friend of ours and a special agency partner of ours in Waldo County here in Maine, and headquartered in Belfast. Thank you so much, all 3 of you, especially you, Donna, for being the patron saint of this project for Aroostook County, you and your organization. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right, before we leave you today, we want to remind you to, if you are interested and like what you've heard and are interested in potentially joining our team, we have a number of positions open across Aroostook County at this time, including a case manager and family coach up in Madawaska. If you have a social work background or the like, it's a perfect opportunity for you to join our team, our growing team. A couple of educational technician positions in Caribou and Presque Isle. We have a general labor offering position here in the central Aroostook area. And a program supervisor, a new position for our agency to oversee agency intake and our home energy assistance program, bringing those things together. And that's located primarily out of our Presque Isle office, but obviously working throughout Aroostook County. If you have any interest in these positions, please check us out online at acap-me.org, and you can apply through Indeed or directly through us, and all the information is there on our website. And also remind you that if you are in need of any assistance or would like to connect with us in any way, just to check what might be available, or if you're struggling at this time, please do. 764-3721 is our number. You can also email us at info@acap-me.org. You can check out our website, lots of great information and ways to connect there at acap-me.org. Check out our Facebook. Sherry and her wonderful team are regularly posting updates and information on Facebook that's helpful. You can check out our YouTube channel where you can see past broadcasts of ACAP Today and some wonderful lessons that our teachers have recorded and our community educators to connect with this community at this socially distancing time. And lastly, you can connect with us on Twitter as well. And before we leave you, as we always do, we leave you with our snapshot of the week. After some cleaning and a new coat of paint, 2 new early care and education classrooms open at the Gouldville Early Care and Education location. One opened a couple of weeks ago. The next one opens this coming Monday, and that's going to increase by 24 families, the number of families that we're serving in Aroostook County with early care and education, in this case, particularly childcare classrooms out of our Gouldville Early Care and Education facility. This was part of a response to a local, recently a local childcare center closing down, leaving a number of families without an option to turn to, and just the general need in our community. So I want to thank our entire team, from facilities to early care and education, to Sherry and her team in communications, and everybody, our support team, Gloria and our wonderful support team who supported this initiative in many ways. It wouldn't have happened without many hands taking part in this effort. And as a result, 24 families in Aroostook County now have an option that they didn't have just a month ago, or thought they wouldn't have just a month ago, for early care and education services. So it's an empty classroom. We're used to seeing them full, and this one will be full this coming Monday. So with that, thank you all so much for joining us on this week's edition of ACAP Today. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. We're going to talk with some of our team members across the agency who work with food security and nutrition about some great tips as we head into the spring and summer season on how to stay more healthy and more active in this season. That's next week's ACAP Today. For now, have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you then.